Hey Aiden, how are you going? I'm just about to start. Give me 30 more seconds. Oops, I've got this in Mac configuration. You're going well? Yeah, oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, I can't complain. I'm also going somewhat well. Alright, welcome. Apart from the fact that I'm balding on the top of my head and it's actually starting to really show. So, I think by the end of this year, I'm going to have to shave the top of my head. So, I've been putting it off. It's going to happen now. Ah, no. Oh, it sucks. It does suck. I guess I'm kind of grateful that I lasted as long as I did. So, yeah. But sometimes you just gotta laugh about it. However, I think we pull this up. I think with the beard, because I'm trimming it and keeping it nice, even with the bald head, I think I still look nice. And hello! Sorry, I can't read that little tiny text. I'm just going over here. Scan Drang. Sorry, I'm terrible with new names. San Dran on 80. Scan is fine. Well, welcome, Scan. I hope you're going well. So, yeah. Today, whoops, Socks is pressing all my mouse buttons then. Today we're going to be working on the Gantt chart, finally. So, yeah. Exciting stuff, and feel free to drop. You're right, how am I? I'm going good, thank you very much. So, yeah, can't complain at all. We will be playing around with stuff today and seeing how I can actually implement stuff. So, it's going to be kind of fun. So, yeah, I'm going to jump straight into it. So the good news is I got the bugs down to a certain point. I've got to log in. Give me a couple of seconds. Sorry, I've got to. Oh, Aiden, you made it on. No one else did. I just started learning how to code. So, go ahead. I will try my best to answer questions. Also, I highly recommend Free Code Camp. Oops, Socks. Do you mind? Sorry, for those that don't know, this is Socks. She's my cat. She loves to step on my keyboard and mouse. So, yeah, that's who I'm talking to. And, oh, Socks, did you? All right. I'm terribly sorry. She has had an accident. I will be right back. Come on. Yes, you should yourself. Alright, sorry about that. Ooh, luckily it was only on her tail. So, not too much damage. She now has a very wet tail, and I've got to wipe down the desk after stream. So, it happens. It happens. Luckily, it doesn't happen so much with socks, but I've had a cat who... oh, I better not actually do... There you go. I used to have a 3-legged cat who used to fall into it. So, oh well. So, joys of animals. Now, JetBrains account. That one I want to use. I hate how this is not in alphabetical order. Alright, cool. Yeah, so I think she's just gone to the bathroom and her tail's just into some ultra soft. Yes. Alright, cool. So yes, I do recommend Free Code Camp. I haven't used Roadmap SH. If you want to see a roadmap in your area, you are learning. Oh, let's have a look at that. Fox has a wet tail and she's just... So recruiter messaged you on LinkedIn. Oh, that's exciting for a bit, and then asked for some projects. I sent them 3 unfinished projects and said that's fine. Yeah, that is fine. So many people start projects and never finish it. That will be perfectly fine. They want to see and hear how you actually solve problems and so forth like that. Yeah. Oh, yep. All right, cool. This is actually really neat. I am actually going to save this for another... Yep, cool. Do I have... Yeah, I can hijack that and put that in there. Oops, sucks. Sorry, your tail. All right, so what have we been doing lately? On the weekend, I did another release. We're down to just having 3 bugs in the system so far. 3 bugs in the system. I use bugs as in like we've only got 3. I haven't gone and searched for more. I just want to spend this time sort of planning how I'm going to tackle the Gantt chart sort of system. So yeah, let's open up our little Excali drawer, and let's is this plugged in? No, it's not plugged in. That's why it's not working. All right, I had a very smart moment then. There we go. It's plugged in. So am I on the right screen? Yes, I am. My bald spot's starting to show. Yes, they are. All right, so we've got a problem. Or problems, or challenges. Let's use a more positive phrase sense. Challenge. I don't know if challenge has 1 or 2 L's. So our challenge is build a Gantt chart. Our first challenge will be rendering it out. Which I don't think will be too hard to do. At least they like what they saw. My next goal is actually finishing projects. Challenges. All right, let's... I think there's a LLENGE. All right, I'm going to put the S. Thank you, Aiden. Sorry, it's been a long day, but thank you. It's fine. You spelled it correctly. Yeah. I've lost my train of thought. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry. At least they liked what they saw. Next goal is finishing project. Yeah. The idea of having those projects is they see what you do, how you code, and all that kind of stuff, and want to know how you solve those problems, so forth like that. But yeah, finishing a project. I've never finished NearBeach. I finished features, but yeah, I've never finished NearBeach. All right, so rendering out the Gantt chart is going to be the number 1. I think I've got a plan of how to actually do that. 2 is making it dynamic. So essentially being able to add stuff in, change dates and so forth like that. Yeah, now they want a video call at some point. Oh, that's awesome. That is actually awesome news. 3 is implementing drag and drop. All right. And hey, the Bob that I know, how are you? I've got nice writing, thank you. It could be a lot nicer. So yeah, there's some things I don't like about my writing. It's just that I write really fast. If I wrote a lot slower, it'll be a lot better. So those are the sort of challenges I have at the moment. So let's jump in and let's go online Gantt chart and let's have a look at some examples online. So I think I was playing around with this one today. So much better than yours. When I was working at the university, I spent a lot of time writing and stuff like that because you used to go to meetings, gather user requirements and stuff like that. I didn't have a laptop at this particular point, so I would have to write everything down, and I ended up just having this sort of bubblish sort of writing that I do, except it was a lot neater then. And then when I went into IT, I did that a lot less because I had a laptop. All right, so this is just a simple Gantt chart. And what I mean is rendering stuff out. So if we have a look at how they're doing things, we can sort of sneak into how we could potentially utilize a similar sort of thing. So they're actually using a table. Oh. I was going to use divs. Okay. So yeah, I definitely wasn't going to use a table. I was going to use a div for everything. So yeah, they got a table row, but also you can drag and drop things in here. Sorry, not drag. Yeah, you can drag these elements around like so, which is quite useful. So yeah, I kind of want to do something like that. I still want this sort of stuff. This is why I was thinking of having divs, because you can have a div with a certain height and width, and we can do that the same sort of way too. So in this sort of case, I got the width 30. I would keep it round that number. Yeah, it's great news. I got referred, kind of. My cousin knew them, so I got referred. Nice. Oh, well, remember, there's a large number. Sorry, let me rephrase this. Networking is very important. A large number of jobs are done through networking and stuff like that. So someone's known someone. The only job I've ever got that I didn't know someone was my very first job as a kitchen hand and my current job. So yeah, and the amount of jobs I've had in between, I've always knew someone. So I knew when I got the job at the university, I actually knew someone at the university. I just networked with them and stuff like that, and they ended up giving me a job. And then the next job at the university, I just knew someone and so forth. And the next one, knew someone and so forth. And then my first job outside the university is I just knew someone. I love doing last minute internship applications since uni academic year finishes soon. Oh, yes. You're going to hard code everything? No. So, Bob, what I'll do is I'll have loops. So all of these loops will have the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and so forth like that, the days and so forth. I haven't fully designed my Gantt chart yet. But what I could do is with CSS, I can be like, all right, I know what the width is going to be like for all of these. And then I'll adjust this accordingly. I've got to figure out how I can get something like this to work. So if I move this so it's halfway in between something, it'll snap into the correct position. But that will come after the rendering of the Gantt chart. That will be implementing the drag and drop feature. But yeah, we're just looking at what tools are out there, how other people build those tools to kind of get ideas and so forth. It's all about knowing about people. I'm networking a bit on LinkedIn. Oh, that's good. And uni, that's even better. Yep. All right, so they've also got a table in here. I would keep these as divs, because that way, I just prefer divs. That's it. But it's these elements here. I'm assuming, all right, that's going up, that's going further up. It's at the top of that div. All right, so they've got a left container. Okay, they've got this, and they don't have a right container. Oh, they've got a little that container right label. That might be for that little. Let's just delete that. All right, nothing happened. But yeah, I can still move that out. Okay. Oops, sorry. I should be showing you. I was just playing around with the right side of the Gantt chart. Okay. So yeah, they've just done it on a table. Let's see what other places have done it. So yeah, we just look at other things and be like, all right, cool, this is how people do it. And so forth like that. We're just idea gathering at the moment. Do they have a demo? No, don't have a demo. All right. Do you have a demo? I don't want to sign up for anything. All right, it's taking forever. All right, they've got that. Do you have a demo? Nope. Ah, this is okay. Kind of what we wanted. Let's see how they're doing it. Oh, all right. They're drawing it out. Ooh, that might be way too complicated for me to do it that way. I can see how they're doing it. And they click on this and they drag. Okay. Long term, I'm going to be trying to get more iOS dev positions after this year. Oh, fair enough. I have not played with any iOS development yet. One day. If NearBeach takes off and I need an iOS app, something I will have to learn. All right, so I'm kind of liking kind of like the table idea, but with this drag. Okay, cool. So my idea at the moment, so let's go rendering. Ideas. We're not going to use a table, but we're going to use small little divs. All right. So I'm going to go small divs of 35 pixels. And then that's bottom layer. Then for the top layer, we'll have a div with an offset div. So this is offset. And this is the bar div. So these will be rendered on top. Oh, yep, don't forget to drop. If you guys want, you can use your own emojis and so forth like that. Any emoji, really, to have it drop. So, yeah. Oh, Max. The shocked Max just misses. Alright, I think that's probably how I would do it. So, yeah. So then, for the components, this will be one component that is just looped. And then the header will be a separate component. Oh, you'll have to wait for the cooldown. Sorry there, Aiden. All right. And then I've just got to do that. Okay. Get chart. Let's have a look at some images. So they've also got the Monday and Tuesday and stuff like that. They've got dates spread like that. They've just got months. They've got weeks. They got weeks. Oh, I like that. If that image does show... Oh, that's a really tiny image. Let me just zoom in. So I like that, where I'll have the date and then the day underneath. Yeah, I like that. All right. Easy done. Cool. So, let's learn how to drag and drop div elements. Drag and extend. All right, resize a div on a border drag without adding extra markup. All right, so I have an absolute position side panel. I need to change its width by dragging the border. Also, I need to change the cursor border on hover. Yada, yada, yada. All right, cool. So they've got the right panel. Yep. All right, it is certainly possible to do this without an extra div. Use CSS and after to create the border and change the cursor using mouse event offset X to determine whether or not the process is click the element. All right, sweet. In your example, you want to click on the main div, but only the first 4 pixels. You can do that by offset. All right, cool. So Function resize element. Const dx equals n position minus e dot x. All right, cool. Let's just run the... Oh wait, it's right here. That's kind of what we want. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. All right. What happens if we go to... It goes all the way. All right. You don't go all the way. All right. Panel, add event listener, mouse down function. If it's greater than the borrower size. All right, cool. Mouse up, document, remove event listener. All right. Let's play around with this. So, where am I going to put this? All right, I know where I'm going to put it. So first things first, git flow feature start, and let's go get chart implementation. All right, cool. So we want to go to our source, our JavaScript, our components. We want to put this into the sprint functionality. So I'm going to go, I'm actually going to right-hand click. I'm going to create a new directory called Gantt chart. And I'm going to put in here test Gantt chart.view. We're going to add it into our source. Up the top, we're going to have our template. We're going to add stuff in a minute. Then we've got our script. Cool, sweet. We want to export default. The name will be test Gantt chart. I'm not too worried about this at the moment. We won't have props falling through, but I'll put them there. We'll have data, definitely, where we will return stuff, definitely. But I'll put it like that. We'll definitely have methods. And mounted, don't know yet. This is method? Oh, methods, yeah. Oh, I'm forgetting that. Cool. So at the moment, we'll just have a simple hello world. And in here, we'll have inline styles in here. Usually what I do is I'll have the styles in the SAS folder, so they're all in a central location where I can reuse them and so forth like that. But because this is a test, I'm going to just put the styles in here because I don't want them anywhere else yet. When we solidify this and rewrite it as the proper stuff, we'll then put it into there properly. So this is only for a test. This will be hello world. Let's go into our sprints, sprint information. We're just scrolling down at the moment. So at the bottom, now, if I remember, this is a card. Yep, cool, sweet. We're just going to go test Gantt chart. We're just going to put it in here. We're just actually going to undo that and just go temp code. Like so. I'm forgetting to compile. And I'll put this in debug mode. Let's go to our localhost. Let's find a sprint. There we go. The reason why we've got a blank page is we haven't compiled in the code properly yet. So now we've got our hello world down here. So I'm just going to do some stuff up here. So how am I going to do this properly? Oh, I'm going to sorry, the there we go. Twitch ad notifications are not working for me on my chat screen, so I do apologize if I continue working through an ad. I do pause nowadays when ads actually happen. We have the ads there so that when people jump into the stream, there's no pre-rolled ads and so forth like that. So, getting back to this, if we go back to our drawer, we've got a common sort of little fire thing here, and then we've got a bunch of these. So, what I want to do is, ooh, thank you very much, Scan, for the follow. Greatly appreciated. So welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. So straight off the bat, I'm going to have a thing div class equals, we're not going to call it container. We are just going to call it Gantt row for the moment. This is just temporary stuff. Down here, I'm just going to go .Gantt row. I'm going to go margin top. Let's go 50 pixels. Actually, let's go margin. Oops. So it'll be 50 pixels at the top. It'll be 0 at the right. It'll be 0 at the bottom and 0. And we can play around with that. And then background color is I'm going to pick. Now I do it like this because I can just use this to click on this and find a nice color. So that's just me cheating. So yeah, I'm gonna pick something nice, something light, like that. Okay, cool. Now inside the Gantt chart, we'll need a div class, Gantt row. We'll need a component where we have the data. So I'm just gonna have. Now, it won't be a header because it's technically not part of the head. It's part of information. There you go. Information. And hey, Owen! How are you going? Hopefully you're going well. Welcome, welcome. So in here, we'll have information. So we'll have information belongs here. So down here, we'll have a Gantt row information. We'll actually set the width. So I'm going to go 200 pixels. I'm going to go background color. And once again, I'm just going to go do this little cheat where I just do this. And then I get the system to actually fill it in properly. So we actually want a sort of a very lightish gray in there. That's just to separate the pieces and so forth like that. And then our next thing is, is we want the start date and end date. You're doing okay. Slept all day yesterday, but in bed on my laptop right now. Fair enough. Working on my code, cats, demi, FS course, and some projects. Oh, nice. Oh, yep. Feel free to drop everyone. Remember, emotes at the end. I'm going to go shell shock. Code Academy. Okay, yep. All good. Yep. So, yeah. You're going well. That's good to hear. Alright, so what we need to do, we'll go back here, we'll just hit refresh, and there it goes. So we've got the information here, and then we got this lovely thing here. Now, this by default, the Gantt row, that's just going to be 100%, no matter what in here. Which is fine. Okay. Then what I need, div class equals Gantt row cells. Okay, and that will contain all the cells in there. And div class Gantt row, and this will be the bar. And we'll actually have some styling put on this in a minute. So cells I'm not worried about at the moment. I just need to figure out what projects I want set up for my freelancing profiles, gigs on Fiverr. Nice thing is I have access to a Canva Pro for any art stuff. Oh, nice. Okay, bit of a yawn. Which reminds me, I've got to start up my own WordPress themes again. It's been a while. Okay, so in here, what we want is div class equals Gantt row cell. So a single cell. And in here, we're just going to go Gantt row cell. Width is going to be 35 pixels. Height is going to be 35 pixels. And background color, once again, RGB. We're just going to do that little thing. What color do we want it? Let's go hot pink. Oop, missed it. Cool. We also need border, so solid, 1 pixel, and then let's go gray. Reminds me, you need to back up Pipa Kaka and delete the server. What's this one again? Oh, okay. One of your sites you were doing? Looks nice. This is demo WordPress instance. Ah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, I've just got to go through and create them. I want to do something with the robotichead.me domain. So I'm finally using blogs on the NearBeach.org. I kind of want to do the same thing here, more dealing with the problems that I had and how I solved them. So yeah, I'll probably use WordPress here instead of Umbraco. The reason being is I still want to keep my WordPress knowledge fresh. Oops. Nothing wrong with Umbraco at all. Still enjoying it. Still use it a lot for work. But that's the thing. I use it for work and I use it for NearBeach for its blog site. I need to, you know, dabble. All right. So straight off the bat, we've got this set up like that. And I think 35 is, let's go 25. Yeah, I think 25 is a lot better. So we've got the Gantt row. What we want is display flex overflow X is auto. Oh, scroll. But we want the whole thing to scroll. But we'll figure that out. So the one problem is if we have a look at just this row here, we're only doing this at one single row at the moment to plan this out. So when I actually do this properly, it plans all out. We actually want this Gantt row to be its full width, to keep going, and so forth like that. We'll have another div above it, which will be like, okay, cool. If there's an overflow, just scroll it. Everything else underneath, 100% across. Who cares? So we need the Gantt row as display flex. Did the ads get cancelled? Or did I just go miss the ads? I honestly don't know. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. They were meant to happen and then they just didn't happen. Oh, well, I'll keep going. Syntactic allows for static output. Oh, nice. I keep getting the snooze ad. Okay, cool. Yeah, don't snooze it. Sorry. The reason being I have ads on is to stop the pre-roll ads from happening. So hopefully people join me quicker. So, yeah. Yeah, it'll start in 4 minutes. It's fine. Okay, display flex. Flex direction is going to be in a row. So we're kind of forcing it in that sort of row. If I select this, get row, yeah, row. All right, cool. So if we do a for loop. Okay, I'm going to change this image. It's going to be a lot wider. This is actually going to be 2 pixels RGB A. And I'm just going to cheat like this again. Going to click on this. Going to set this up. So it's kind of like that. Cool, perfect. Okay. And I'm going to make this more gray. Oh, I didn't do it, did I? Okay. All right, that's a bug. How do I change the frickin' colors? All right. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. So here I am. I didn't change the width. No, that's fine. Who cares? So there's one. I'm just going to just go like this. Let's just solid color it. Let's just change that to gray. Or light gray. There we go, like so. Alright. There we go. We're just doing this visually. We're not going to do this nice. Yeah, my old site was a blog also, as well as my projects, but I wanted to make it in Next.js instead of for my next one with similar logics on the projects and blogs page filtered out by projects and blogs. But the tags they get assigned to was cool, but I'm waiting to learn more Laravel with Vue for Spa with SSR. Inertial JS. Oh, fair enough. And hey, Nocturnal, how are you going? Hopefully you're going well today. So, yeah. We are just designing it, well, not designing, but playing around with what we can do for the Gantt chart and stuff like that. So all of this is just temporary sort of stuff, just so I can wrap my head around being like, oh, I could do it like this, I can do it like that. I'm going good, thank you very much. So, yeah. Can't complain at all. Alright, so we got that. Our next thing is we kind of want to loop through this. So I'm going to set this up like this. And then we do a v4. And this is where we've got to figure out how we can do it from the start date to the end date type of thing. So if let's grab some real dates. So in here, A equals new date time date right now, and then B equals new date. Let's go on the 2024 0510. So if we go A dot get time, we've got this value here. Oh, this is going to be a number of seconds. Ooh. All right. Thank you, copy paste. and then b dot get time. I'm gonna paste that in. All right. So I'm assuming C equals new date. We can do that. All right, and we're on an ad break. All right, I hope everyone's going well. I'm just gonna, whilst on the ad breaks, I'm just gonna talk, but I am also going to, because I need to work on my upper body strength, I'm just gonna do a couple of these for about a minute. And yeah. So, also thinking about the time and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to think how I can get it. How many... All I need to do is the days. Simplify it. All right. Arms are getting weaker. All right. I don't think I can do any more of that. Sorry, I'll be right back. All right. Sorry, my dryer just finished. Okay, welcome back. Cool, all right. So let's go to this drawer here. Let's think out what we've got. So what we got. We have start date. And we have end date. All right, from these, we should be able to find the delta. Sorry, old math terms. I die hard. Delta of days. So how many days between these two? We should be able to find that out really easily. I think someone's got something. Delta's a pretty common one. All right, yep. Divide the time difference between number of... All right, that's... First minus second, divide by all of that, and then just do round. All right. That could work. Very easily. The next thing we need to do is we need to find out if we can do it with a range. Index in 10, key item index. You can use an index in a range and then access it via index. All right, let's try that out. I don't know if this will work, but we'll find out. Perfect. Great. So now all I need to do is do those dates properly. Okay. So what I want to do is I want these dates to essentially line up. Because we've got a start date. What we want to do is make sure we're ignoring time. So the start date we'll ignore the time. And it'll fall on that date. All right. Everyone should ignore time. It's fake. Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's fix these blocks straight away. So what I want to do is the get row cells. We want display as flex. Flex direction is going to be a row. Perfect. All right. So that will just display out here. So what we want up here is we want sorry, just drawing a blank of where I should actually put this bit of information. Should go in mounted. I'm going to call it delta days. Not mounted. Methods. Delta days. And this is going to return a number. So this will be... Okay, return the number of days. So this will be let days, or number of days, and we're doing it in that format because it's a local variable. This dot start date minus start date divided by, now that they've got the formula over here. No, don't. Where are we? They've got it here. And it might be just as simple as, oh, piss off. Excuse my French. Is there no concepts of time delta in JavaScript? Not that I know of. I am using Luxon. So if... Did I not? So I'm using Luxon. So I could potentially use this. If there is actually functionality in here that will support that, then yes, I will heavily use this. Saves me doing confusing stuff. All right. Delta. All right. Difference. All right. All right, so using Luxon, difference between two dates. You could use time diffs. So Luxon date from ISO, const diff. All right, that could work. That could work perfectly fine. But I'm also thinking at the same time that I do have just this. So I can go second end date minus this dot start date. And oh, this is a method. I want computed. Why is this complaining now? Also have a dur as minutes. So you could probably just convert them into days and then do it. Yeah. All right. Don't know why that's all doing that. All right, let's do delta days. Let's just go down here. This dot delta days equals that. Oh, methods. Paste this in, have a little bit of a struggle there, then delete those, delete that. All right, cool. You could probably convert them into, let's have a look. Basics duration, like quantities, 3 days, 6 hours. Luxon has no idea which 3 days or 6 hours they represent. It's just how Luxon represents those quantities in abstract and more from the timeline. This is both tedious and useful for the occasional and confusing. I'm not going to go into detail tour of their capabilities here. See the API document. All right, cool. So duration equals duration from object 3 days, 6 hours to object as minutes, shift 2 minutes. All right, I just want the difference though, so most likely will be just diff, and my only problem is I just need an integer. I mean, that could work. So yeah, at the moment, we're just playing around with this. So on mounted, we definitely want to this dot calculate the delta days. Yeah. Yeah, the diff days. All right. There we go. Okay, let's play around with that. We might as well. How do I import it elsewhere? It is part of the mix-ins. I get date time mix-in. Yep, cool. But I'm also concerned, will that use that date time or another date time? Where am I going? I'm going here. All right. I'm just going to keep it like this for the minute, because I don't know if that's... Oh, that should get imported. All right, let's just do... Let's go... Yeah, no, I'm going to have to do it like this. Otherwise, I'm converting these into that Luxon format from up here and then doing a bunch of other stuff. I'm just going to keep it like this for the moment. Remember, this is just a test to see what we're going to do. We're just doing this very, very quickly. I'm drinking coffee, not tea, by the way. The pop-up chat is lying. The pop-up chat is lying? What? Sorry, I'm confused. You're drinking coffee, not tea. Yeah, I like coffee. All right. So this will then be part of the delta days. So given how many days are in here, we'll have how many go across here. All right, let's hit reload. Done, perfect. And it just keeps going. Sweet. And then we've got the... Yes, perfect. All right. It says, between sips of coffee. Oh! Yeah. Oh, nice. I sadly can't see that on here. Between sips of coffee, yeah. Okay. So we got that. So we got this rendering out now. So what we want to do is we want to render a thing going from here to about here. Okay. So my thing is, I think this needs to be placed into here. And then what we can do is we can place this anywhere in there. Or... No, we won't want to do it like that. Sorry, I've just, in my mind, I've got like 10 different things like barraging my brain. Did I do width? Okay, overflow. Yeah, we'll just do... Okay, so now I've got the cells rendering out correctly, which is great news. What I need to do column per day, yeah, most likely yes. What I can also do later on is think about making it per week or per month or something like that. But at the moment, the reason why I want to do it per day is because every single object has a start date, end date type of thing, and if people move them up and down, I kind of want them to snap and so forth like that in here. So yeah, we're just throwing this together at the moment. Seeing what works, what doesn't work, and so forth like that. So when I actually go and do the real thing, I know the pain points and I know how to work around them. Fingers crossed. Okay. So now I want to render another div on there. And what is this div called? Row bar. So down here, Gantt, row, bar. And then we're going to go background color. We're going to go hot pink. I think Gantt charts are low resolution forecasting, but probably just how I've seen them used. Fair enough. Yeah. I've seen them as approximate plannings of where a project should be in a given sort of timeline and so forth like that, but they tend to fail the longer the Gantt chart is because it doesn't take into account a lot of sort of interruptions. So for example, someone might be sick, a particular functionality might take a little bit longer and so forth like that. However, I'm building the Gantt charts into the sprints functionality. I'll also be building them most likely into the projects and requirements functionality too, and maybe have a sprint functionality that's not connected to any sort of object, in which case then you can add anything in there and sort of plan things all ahead. But that last one, I'm still tossing up whether or not it sort of fits into this properly, because in reality, when you do plan something out like this, you've got a project. So you've either got a project in NearBeach or you've got a requirement, or requirements I should say, in NearBeach, in which case, yeah. All right, going back to this hot pink, let's go. Min width is going to be 25 pixels. The height is going to be 25 pixels. Assume most things in Gantt charts are aspirational and basically just further to the right, more uncertainty is, yeah. Which is why I'm doubting I should need a Gantt chart functionality that doesn't connect to an object or anything like that. So, yeah, because essentially, if you're planning something, you've got to have a project or a sprint or user requirements. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to hit refresh. Now, I know this is going to pop out all the way over here. Are these still 35s? All right, I'll make those 35s. And my ad is just about to start again. Really, has it been half an hour? Damn. All right, so 35, 35. That's all like that. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's in there. Just I'm tossing up whether or not where to put this bar, whether it should go in the cells. I think not. I don't think it should belong in the cells whatsoever. I think it should belong out here. But I think there should be a div class equals Gantt role render do something like that. Do you have something to represent something that you in decisions, like a quote or something for the side topic? This way. Do you have something to represent something that you in discussions about, like the quote or something? I'm sorry, I'm missing your... That's weird, my video feed just cut off. And the ad starts again in... what do you mean? Sorry, Nocturnal. All right, we got that, and then we got that. All right, that is perfect. It's fine that that is going to be that big. Let's go down here and let's go width. Let's say that's going to be 70 pixels. Let's hit refresh. All right, sweet. So we've got this down here. So the row bar. Okay, row bar. So what we want is, I'm just going to play around with position. Let's inherit, relative. All right, that doesn't help with what I want it to do. Okay. For a company that is trying to plan, perhaps they have something that is too uncertain to become a project, but wants to represent some... Oh, okay. Good question. Ooh. Gantt charts will work on being like, all right, this is our plan and stuff like that. So yeah, that does bring in that as potential tasks and stuff like that, but you would still need to set up either a requirement or a project for it. You wouldn't want to just set up a Gantt chart. You would want to record everything in that Gantt chart. And then if it doesn't go to, this is the power of the requirements. If it doesn't go anywhere, then you can say that requirement failed or something like that, or just won't complete or something like that. And it'll close everything underneath it too. It's a good question to think about. So, if I were to do this, let's say I had a potential client, and I'm like, all right, cool. Set up basic WordPress site. All right. The client wants a simple WordPress site. So forth like that. I would go, yeah, let's go 5 days as a joke. Not blocked again, backlog. Customer requirements. What I would do is I would set up in here all the requirement items. So creating the design, create the design. Let's go draft. This is going to be feature. This is then program the theme. I'm just running through this very, very quickly how I would do it. Deploy. I'm keeping this very, very simple. Of course, there will be a lot more steps and stuff like that. So I would eventually do that. I would then set these up. These don't have dates. These have requirements. Yes. Yeah. Oh, an ad break. Welcome back. Yeah. I would still get the person to set up a Gantt chart. I've just realized that I'm going to need to implement start date, end date for the requirements, and most likely just for the Gantt chart and sprint functionality, which won't be hard to set up. It's just a couple of fields. We don't need to make them appear in the front end. The stuff is RFX process. I don't know what RFS process is. Give me 2 seconds. I will just look this up. Discussion business to business during negotiation process and helps management expectations prior to purchase or procurement. Each requirement. All right. Yep. All right, invitation, process, supplier, bid to bid. Also called invitation to bid. Use the majority. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, if I were to do something like this, I would be using requirements. Because by technicality, if, for example, I need to set up someone's website, I will bunch out all the requirements for that particular person. I would then easily be able to use the Gantt chart to sort of flow that out. We do need to implement, and this will happen, and I think, let's actually write this down. We need to implement story points into NearBeach. All right, add new card. This will be implementation of story points for job quotation. Let's just put this up as high. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm still in the ad screen. There we go. Sorry. All right. Implementation of story points for the job quotation. So it has come to my attention that we might require the implementation of story points at either the, so there'll be requirement item, project, task, levels. So users can quote approximately how long a particular requirement item, project, task will take. Done. All right, cool. This will be part of the MISC at the moment. Yeah, part of the MISC. Let's put it in progress, because I feel like I can do that sooner. I gotta fix that bug. It's a tiny bug with the header. Okay. So, oh, sorry. Still thinking about this. All right. Anyway, let's get back into this. I will have to think about that more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the top. No, if I just put it on the top, that's fine. And then if I go... hang on. All right. Render cells. Div class equals Gantt row render bar. And then what I want to do is I want to bar div class equals Gantt row spacer, like so. So what I can do so render bar I'll have to come up with better names than this. Position is absolute. Okay, and we wait a couple of seconds and then we hit reload. And there's our absolution. But if we add in a spacer and go, ooh, wait a minute, width. Let's say that's going to be 95 pixels. It's not doing it. Oh, and then we've got to go display flex. Something like that. All right. So, another thing we should do, cells, let's... Oh, that's cells. I want a single cell. All right. So 35 plus 35 is going to be, let's do 70. 70 plus 35 is 105. So I've gone and bulked up here. It's meant to be 105. So we can do something like that with the Gantt chart very easily. And that won't be a problem to do. And that's how I would get it to render out properly. So it lands in the correct spot. Oops, sorry, I'm just like throwing my pen around like there's no tomorrow. All right. So it doesn't look nice. I'm not gonna lie. We could make that look a lot nicer. I think it's because it's in the containers. All right, so down here, render bar, let's go width. It's gonna be 105 pixels. I mean, in reality, we could just manipulate the bar itself to go across and all that kind of stuff. We're just playing around. We're seeing what we can actually do with this. Okay, so another thing we could potentially do is let's actually fix this up. Let's go let's go dim gray. Just gonna hit render. That looks a lot better. I'm gonna get rid of those numbers in there. We don't need those numbers at all. Let's do it like this. Let's hit refresh. Oh, yep. One thing we need to do. Render bar. Display equals flex. Flex direction equals row. So that will move around and stuff like that. Row spacer. (105 pixels). All right, sweet. Okay, we're gonna refresh. There we go. That should be lined up perfectly. And what we could potentially do is, I'm just playing around with the visuals at the moment. So let's go with the height. Let's go 15 pixels. Let's go up to 20. All right, let's go margin top. Let's go 5 pixels. All right, margin top 7 pixels. So height is going to be, we said 20 pixels. Margin top is going to be 7 pixels. All right, let's just wait. Let's hit refresh. Okay, cool. Okay. And because this is absolute, it fits in there. Sweet. I think that's how we're going to render it out. I think that's going to be easy. Yeah, we just need to fix up this thing. So this thing is 85 pixels. What if I go min width? There we go, perfect. So I just need to set min width. And max width is 200 pixels, so it doesn't move at all. So going into here, let's go min width, max width, 200 pixels. Let's just, yeah, that's perfect. I do kind of want to be like, all right, there's text in there. Display flex. Flex direction is column. Align content to no, because it's just text that's in there. Going up here, information belongs in here. All right, cool. Actually, I'm going to make that a div. Because in reality, there might be multiple divs in there. All doing different things. And we'll set their width and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So I'm going to hit refresh. Information belongs in here. Cool. We're going to have a look at this. We're going to go full display flex. Flex direction is going to be column. Then we're going to have align contents to flex end. Justify contents center. Sorry, it's align items. and then flex start. Yeah. In reality, all of our divs will be set and all that kind of stuff. All right, I'm just going to copy these. Just going to paste them in. All right, so we've got that. We've got those. So if we were to do, by the way, Pip and I were talking about the lock thing. She was saying she finds it a bit overwhelming on mobile, so we're gonna play around with it this week and see what would be better. Yeah, that lock thing is temporary. If you guys got any ideas, feel free to pipe in. I'm happy with the logo. I'm happy with anything indicating that those items can move or not. Just throw ideas at me. I'm happy to implement them. Whether or not if a movable item has little bars on it compared to one that can't, or something subtle like that, I'm all ears. So yeah, I fully understand that locked, that was just placed in there because it is a good idea. It's just placed in there temporarily. I didn't want to put an icon in just yet because I do need, if I do put in an icon, I do need to visit my icons and fix them up. Because there's icons in NearBeach which I haven't actually touched and they're kind of clunky in the sense of how they're implemented. So this icon, and so forth like that. Probably will go back and actually use a font for these icons and so forth like that. That way it just becomes a span instead of me having to import a mix in and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was just a simple placeholder. But yeah, all ears. All right, so we've got that. Now I just want to render, and don't forget everyone, you can drop, if you do exclamation mark drop, you can do any emoji after it too. So we've got judgmental Lily coming down. She loves to give judgment. So I'm just going to go div class Gantt header, and then div class Gantt header information. So that's just going to replicate that. And then we will have div class Gantt row dates here. And this is where yep. All right, cool. So Gantt header will be the same as Gantt row. Oh, this is where I want to get rid of this and now make it 0. And then I'll do Gantt header. Now the reason why yeah, you can copy these and do all that funky stuff. I'm not doing that here. I'm just gonna, reason why I'm separating these out is it will make it easier for me to actually sort of edit them if they're separated out, and then later on I can come back and go, all right, cool, these should all be grouped together. Now we'll do 50 pixels again, 0, 0, 0, and then background color. We'll pick a nice color. I'm gonna go to light blue. All right, and then that should render up here. But I also want to do the render date. So the Gantt header information. What I want is I want a simple, this is going to be the same as down here. So min width, 200 pixels, max width, 200 pixels. Background color, we're just going to go with this lovely green, and that's it. And did that render or compile? Oh, all right. Gantt header. It needs stuff in it. So that's not a problem. It will have stuff in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go header right here. I'm going to bump that up. Render. Ooh, I'm just hitting all the wrong buttons. All right. So we've got that. This will now be div class equals Gantt row single date, or date I should put. And then in here, oh, that should be, yeah, the dates. Yeah, that should be dates. That should be single date. This will be a v4 equals, and this will be index in and delta days. Where we've got the key equals index. And we're just going to go index for here at the moment. And then what we want is we're going to copy this. We're going to scroll down to our cell. We're going to go and paste that in right here. And we're going to go width 35 pixels. Height is going to be 35 pixels. Background color is going to be the light gray. I think that's nice. The border is going to be solid. 1 pixel, dim gray. In fact, in reality, these two probably will be the same. I'm just keeping them separate right now so I can modify one over the other without causing issues. So we're just going to wait here. We're going to hit reload. All right, cool, sweet. We forgot one thing. We need... So if I scroll down, Gantt row cells will have the Gantt row dates, and that will be display flex. Flex direction will be a row, and then we just hit save. We wait just a little while, we hit reload, there it go. So now we've got these dates in here and stuff like that. That is looking great. So what I want to do is another thing which, oh, and this is where we're figuring this out. Okay. We've got an ad starting in 5 minutes. Okay, easy, easy. I can probably get some water then. All right, so what do we want? What we want here is we've got a couple of problems. So we're finished this problem. We're happy. Sweet. Our now problem is the header. All right. So in the header, we'll have the day and the day's date. All right, they might be switched around and so forth like that. But up at the top, we kind of want the month too. And the idea being is we'll have a div there that will cover for that particular month. And then when the next month comes, we've got another month here, and then we've got the same sort of feedback here. Now, how am I going to do this? Don't know. I have no clue at the moment how I'm going to do this. It might be one of those cases where we've got the start date and we've got the end date. Might be one of those cases where we've got a method that's like, hey, here's the start date, here's the end date. All right, so with the start date, we know every day is going to be 35 pixels. We know there's going to be 10 more days left in that month. So you've got 350 pixels for the first block. It then moves to the next. Have I reached the end of that, the end time? No, there's another one. Cool. The other one, hey, look, there's 15 days in this one. With 35. I can't do this in my head. Wish I could. It will be frickin' awesome. Not telling you. So that will be 525 pixels long. Have I reached the end? Yes. All right, cool. Store these in an array, and what we'll do is we'll render them up here. That could be a solution. That would be something pretty easy to do. So yeah. I like that idea. Okay. So, what do I want to do? I want to dance. Let's finish this off first, and then we'll go back to that. So this particular one, what we need is we're actually going to go into here. We're going to have two div statements in here, and we're going to have div class equals, let's go days or day. All right. And then we key in get day, and we key through the index. Then we have another one, div class equals get. Oh, I've got to distinguish between them. Day text and day date. Get day text, get day date index. All right, we don't have those functions at the moment, but we'll key them in very, very quickly. So in the methods, we'll get day date. And that will just return, and then we'll return a, let's say 12. Get day date, return 12. All right. Let's go M for Monday. That's right. All right, I'll muck that up. Don't worry. Get day date will be like the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, and so forth like that. Get the day text will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so forth like that. So if we do that, we render this, you'll notice that we've got this now. Now, what we kind of want to do, and this is where we've got this in here. So the get header, I don't think we've got the height. Oh no, but we do have the height at the this level here. So the width we want to keep the same. So it would be something like 50 pixels. But what if I got rid of height? So with the date, I'm going to get rid of the height. That's going to be great news. then what we want to do is we want color black. All right, ads are here. I'm going to quickly grab a drink of water. I'll try and bring Socks back and we'll give her some treats if she wants to come back. But I won't be long. You want treats, Max? Max? Alright, Max is here. Alright, I'm just gonna, so people don't get sick. Ignore my washing. Alright, ad time. Alright, there's Max. You're a good buddy. Here's some treats. Cord's in the way. Good boy. Get some free treats when the ads are on. You gonna say hi, Max? You wanna say hi? You're like, nah. Alright. He's like, nah, I'm done. I'm not a camera boy. You have so much washing to put away. Yes. All right. I'm really good at washing my clothes to the point that I pair up the socks before putting in the washing machine, pair up the socks when I put them on the clothesline and stuff like that. From that point on, no, I'm terrible. I spent 40 minutes on the weekend folding my clothes because it got to 3 basketful of clean clothes in my bedroom that I hadn't folded up or hung up. So yeah, I am terrible. Those clothes have been there for several days. They're actually clean, they're dry. I just haven't put them away. I don't know what it is about putting away clothes. I just can't do it. Cleaning, perfectly fine. I've got a great washing machine. Drying, perfectly fine. I'll either put them on the clothesline or I will put them in the dryer. So yeah, but yeah, just I can't put them away. And I think Socks just joined us. Did I see Socks? No. Oh. All right. So get row dates. We'll go color black. We'll go display flex. Flex direction is column. Then we need align items. Let's go center. Justify content. We'll also go center just in case. I don't think we don't need that, but that's perfectly fine. And then that should line up really nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of those. And this is why I separated these. Yeah, it's just so. Yeah, it's just so that I can make changes, you know, separate of each of them, even though there's a lot of overlap. All right, so that should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. All right. So this comes to the tricky part now. So get date. We'll have index come through. So const delta equals index times. So that's the date. So we need to change that into 24 hours, which then goes into 60, 60, and then 1,000. Which is just this number in reverse up here. So then what we need is const new date equals new date. This dot start date plus delta. This is where the Luxon stuff will really help. But yeah, at the moment, I'll stick with this because we just want to get this done today, and I'll play around with Luxon in VueJS to see what the little snags are going to be. Then from there, this is where I go back to here. var a equals new date. We've got today, so var dot get day. It's going to be 1. And then if we've got var b equals new date, and then I'm just testing this out. Let's go 2024. What's the day? 0407 for yesterday. So b dot get day. It's going to be 0. All right, cool. And then let's do the 31st. Yeah, that's a May. Oops. All right. Get day. It's going to be a 3. So that will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that's a Wednesday. All right, cool. So what I need to do... date dictionary. Oop. All right, something like that. When I get to look at Luxon and stuff like that, I think they've actually got this shortcutted in. So I would be using the shortcut. So the new date, and then const, actually it'll be just return this dot date dictionary, the new date dot get day. And that should do that. And then this is very similar. But I think it's going to be just get date. Like so. So not hard. This is very messy code. Yeah, once again, I would do this using Luxon. It's just today, I just want to speed through this. All right, we're just going to hit refresh. We realize that date dictionary is not a function. Yes. All right, cool. I have been programming in other languages all week. So let's go const a equals, and then 0 s, and then 1 is Monday. So we want a, and then oh, we treat it like an array? No. But what if someone does this wrong? All right. Cool. A little bit of you know, JavaScript. JavaScript fun. All right, cool. So, waiting a minute or two, hitting refresh. There we go. That's how we would set it up. And then what we would want to do... Oh. And thank you very much, Chaos. Thank you very much, Chaos, for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. So I'm going to switch those dates around. So I'm just going to go like this and go like this and go save and then wait a few seconds. Hit reload. Yeah, I prefer it like that. Okay. Looking good, looking good. That wasn't so hard, that one. One thing I would do in the future is I would have these particular cells, have them a different color for the weekend. So, yeah. And remember, all of this is in local time. So, and this is where I need Luxon, because Luxon will actually translate it from UTC time into local time. The idea of this is if you have this and someone else is working in a completely different time zone, it at least switches everything into that time zone for them. So, yeah. All right. And time zones are a tricky, fickle business. Let's just say that. I will have to come across implementing better solutions so when people actually change the time, it actually shows the time of other different time zones that they can select which ones they want to show. All right. Going with this. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just now trying to figure out how I can cut that off to there. Okay. All right, let's do some more JavaScript. Find out how many days left in a month. You can get the number of days in a month using get days, years, month, new date, get date. Const date is get days. What? Oh, you do need the year, yeah. Alright, clear. Alright, let's try this out. Let's copy this. Let's use the wrong copy. Let's paste it in. Alright, so console log what we want, get days. Let's go 2024. Let's go 31. Alright. Go 2, 29, 28. All right, this works. All right, cool. So if I go var a equals new date dot get month, it's going to be 3. the fourth one. So var b equals new date. Let's go 2024 01 01 04. B dot get months is 0. All right, so it starts at 0. Okay, so that's good. So what we need to do is we need to do some maths. Okay. So I'm going to go down here. What do we have? Start date and end date. Okay, cool. That's all the information we've got at the moment. So from start date, we can figure out all right, how many days in current start month? How many days in month? So A equals how many days in month? So does A plus start date greater than or equal to end date? If so, we end. Otherwise, we continue again and we log this information. We do need a point date. So the idea is, okay, this is the oversimplified loop. So the loop is point date equals start date. All right. Find out how many days, that's number one. Find out how many days in current month. There's a bunch of if statements and so forth like that. Hang on. Max, I'm in here. Sorry, if you guys can hear, Max is meowing like there's no tomorrow. All right, point date equals start date. If end date month same as point date month. In point date month. All right, if that's the case, what we want to do is use delta to get width. That's Coco, Mocha, sorry. I don't know why I thought Coco for a second. Does that just sit in, is in my office when I'm downstairs in the house? Yeah, I know. He's just walking around wanting love and attention. He doesn't walk into here very constantly. He does to sit on the windowsill when the sun's on that side of the house because you'll get some sunlight. All right, so if the end date month in point date is point date month, I can't speak English at the moment. Then we just get the width. We take the delta to get the width. All right, cool. If not, get the dates. Get the end date for the next month. Get the width, get the delta of that, get delta, and then update point to next month. And then everyone's happy. So let's draw this out on a timeline. So we got our timeline. Let's say this Jan. Let's say this is Feb. Let's say this March. Let's say this April. All right, let's say our start date is here. And our end date is here. So the first point, so P0, will be here. And we'll be like, all right, cool. Is the end date and the start date the same? No. Sweet. So what we want to do is we want to get the last date of this month or the first date of next month and key that in and then go, all right, what's the number of days here? So that would be delta days 0. And then we go, all right, cool. P1, move to the next P1. Because what we can do is if D0 equals, let's say that's 15, therefore the width will equal, what did we say it was? 525? Will be 525 pixels. All right. So the P1 is the end date in this? No. So we grab the last day and we go to the delta of the days. Or the day of the next day. So I'll have a look at the calendar and I'll double check all my workings and stuff like that. So that will be D1. So D1 equals, and that will be 29. And that'll be 35, 29, 45. 3 9s are 27, 3 2s are 6, 8, and then 8, and then that'll be 5, and then that'll be 1, and that'll be... so therefore, the width will equal 1015 pixels. And then with this one, with the P2, we're like, oh, the end's in here. We'll just take the delta. And that will be a delta 2, and then, yeah, we do the, let's say that's delta 2 equals 15, and then we know the width and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're doing visually. So let's plan this out. Okay. Another ad in 5 minutes. Jesus. I realized I don't... Yeah, I'm just going crazy. I didn't realize how fast these ads come sometimes. All right, cool. Get dates. What are we going to call this? Generate header. And this will actually belong up here. So what we need to do is, straight off the bat, what did we call it? We called it the P. We called it the point date. Let point date equal, oh, and this is where we've got a lot of conversions to do and stuff like that. Yeah, alright. So, let's start date. Once again, I'll use Luxon for a lot of this, but in the moment, we'll just do this. Date dot equals this dot start date. Let end date equals new date, and then this dot end date. Let's make that like that. So the best way to do this is in a while loop. And it's been so long since I've actually done a while loop. Gosh, that I've actually forgotten if it actually completes it, whether or not. Alright, cool. So let's go let escape equals true here, while escape console log trying to escape. And I'm just going to put let index equals 0. Index equals index plus 1. Alright, easy done. I forgot if it actually does do it, if it does 1, and where it ends and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just throwing this in together. It's generate header. Alright, cool. So what we want to do, let's go back into the sprints. Let's hit refresh. Oh, yep. We've screwed up there. Stop. Refresh. All right, I've created a loop that goes on forever. And I have most likely crashed my screen now. All right, sorry, give me a couple of seconds. I am going to try and kill Firefox. All right. Is it letting me back in? Not yet. All right. Oops. Yep, I'm still here, but I can't kill Firefox. All right, it's killed it. And I don't think I'm still streaming. Good. I'm now trying to reopen up Firefox. Of course, the music was going through Firefox, so it looks like I can't. Let's. Okay, htop. So we've got Snap Firefox running. 5323. Kill 5323. Sudo, make sure it happens. No such process. All right, let's start it up again. There we go. I'm going to restore the last session. I'm going to go and start the music again. Let's go back to the synthwave. I did have. We'll just add on a couple of synthwaves. That's fine. All right, let's not open that. Definitely not go through that process again. All right. Let's reset up my chat. Pkill Firefox works as well. Ah, cheers. I didn't know about that Pkill. And now I do for when I do this exact same thing again. All right. So let's go to my HTOP. It is such a good thing that I actually have a beefy system. Let's open up this. Let's open up our network tab. Let's make sure we're disabled the cache. And let's go localhost. Okay, let's find all sprints. And there we go. All right, cool. It didn't actually... So yeah, it skips over. And then if I go true, and then escape equals true, false here. So this should escape it. What we could do is if we hit reload, there you go. It does it once and only once. All right, cool, sweet. Now I remember. Oh, and I didn't realize there was an ad break on. Sorry, everyone. So for anyone who wants to know, I just crashed my system. That's what you missed out on the ad break. So nothing too serious. We got there. We just had to kill Firefox. But that's it. So yeah, we'll have the escape true here. It doesn't do this. If it's false. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll have the escape conditions in there. Yeah, all right, cool. So with this, what I want to do, I want to bring back this drawing. Or if I really want to die in a fire, ps ox grep firefox grep v grep awk print $2 args n kill. All right, yeah, that's way too much for me to know. That's just a fancy way of doing stuff. I think the pkill will work perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm just now thinking of this logic. So when we do this, we first check if the date's in there, and then we go and get P2, which is at the start of next month. On the 1st. So give me 2 seconds. JavaScript get the 1st of next month. Just seeing if there's an easy way. Now month equals 11. Depends how unresponsive it is. Fair enough. Yeah, Firefox became very unresponsive. It's been a while I've had to X-kill something. Okay. Once again, I think Luxon has a easy formula for this. But in the moment, we're just going to copy just the plain JavaScript and stuff like that. So what we want to do is we want to go if point date dot get month equals 11. If set up. Actually, first, what we need is determine if we are in the current. Determine if end date is in the current month. I think with pkill you can send different signals, but I don't remember how easy for me to do just the pipeline. It's easy for you to do the pipeline? Jesus. All right. Yep, I wouldn't remember any of that. All right, determine if the end date is in the current month. So if the point date dot get month equals the end date dot get month. All right. Months are the same. Get the delta between the dates and call it a day. So at the moment, I'm just going to go escape equals false. In this sort of case, we should rename this to keep looping. And I'm just putting that in there just for the moment. If I have those commands for different things, so I have them in my brain already. Yeah, I don't. All right, so this will do that, and then get delta, then the width of the object, and then smiley face. We're not going to do that at the moment. We'll do that next. With this, months are different. Get the point date for the first of next month. So this will be let point date to, or next point date, or next date equals the point date at the moment. And then we need to set the dates and times and all that kind of stuff. Oh wait, they've got it there. Okay, that's perfect. We're just going to paste this as reference. I think I also wrote something similar to that as a function in my bash profile, so I could kill it one of my Go projects when I accidentally deadlock it. Oh, fair enough. Handy, very, very handy. All right, so we're going to modify this. So what we need to do is we're going to go var next, or let next date equals new date. All right, we're just declaring it. In fact, it'll be just put up here. So just declaring. Okay, months are different. Get on. Yep. So if the point date equals 11, then what we want to do is have the next date equal to the point date plus 1. The month will be 0 and the date will be 1, which is what we want. So we want the first of next year if the point date equals 11. All right, cool. So point date has is in December. We want next year. All right. Happened to you more than once. Oh, all right, fair enough. Else, we want the next date to equal new date, so that'll be the next date. This will actually be the point date equals the full year. We want the point date to be the current month plus 1 and then 1. All right, sweet. So now we just got to take the deltas. So I'm just having a look at my calendar. If it's on the 30th of this month and we got next day, that will have a delta of 1. If we're doing that formula above. And that will be perfect. Because we only want 1. If it's here, we want 2. So 1, 2, yeah. All right, get the delta. Once again, we're just going to copy this stuff down here. Oh, that's the index. Where's the... This formula type of thing we would extract out into a simple formula where we can just call it constantly in this function. Or if we're using it over multiple things in a mixin. So this will be next date minus point date. Oh, this has got get time. Like so, to put them into that integer. And then we'll have the var delta equals that. Actually, let's go var delta equals 0 up here by default. So if anything goes wrong, delta will be 0. Okay, and then we'll just go delta equals that. We're going to be using the same formula up here. So delta will be the end date minus the point date. Okay, otherwise it'll be this at the end of the month. And then down here, this is where we need to set up a array. What are we going to call this? Sorry. Month array. Okay, generate header. We're going to assume that's blank anyway. Otherwise, it will be like this dot month array equals that. So blank out month array because we're pushing to it. Set up local variables. All right, cool. That's just declaring. That's all declaring. Index. We won't need index. All right, so it goes through this, gets the delta, and this dot month array dot push. We're going to push in an object, and it's going to be delta is going to be delta, and width is going to be delta times 35. We would also need month. So up here, date dictionary, we'll have month dictionary. And that's just going to be 0, Jan, Feb, March. Once again, we'll probably think about how we can do this properly. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. October, November, December. All right. So that is this dot monthly dictionary, and then we just kill we go point date dot get month, and then we put in the year, point date dot get year, get full year. All right, why is that complaining? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Totally used to doing something different syntax. So, that's what we're pushing through. We're going to just test this once. So up here, we've got the header. Got the information, we've got this. This is all fine. So we've got the month header. So div class equals Gantt. I'm going to still get header again. I think that could be reused for this. I mean, in potential, this could be squeezed into here. However, what I would want to do is I would want to lay this out properly in my head. So for the moment, I'm just cheating. That's why I'm doing it like this. It's not a good way. So I'm going to have Gantt row month there, and then I'm going to have div class equals Gantt row month. But what I'm going to do is I am going to have in here v4 equals month in this dot month array, where the key equals month dot, I'm going to put index. Should I put an index? Max, I'm in here. Yeah, I'm in here. Yeah, I'm in here. No, you come in here. Yeah, you get in here. Yeah. I'm going to put an index. All right. Okay, so we've got that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go month dot. And then what was our dictionary we had in here? We've got month dot month. All right, and we'll keep it like, and then we'll have a space, and then month dot year. And we can use CSS to trim that and all that kind of stuff. But for the moment, let's see if that renders. So we've got the loop to only happen once for the moment. So I'm just going to hit loop. Stop. Oh, I did it again. All right. Keep looping. There we go. There was the mistake. All right. So waiting a few seconds, hitting localhost, opening this up, making sure we got the, disabled the cache. We're going to list all the sprints. We're going to pick the first one. And there we go. All right. So straight off the bat, we need to make sure that this header no longer has that massive thing up there. But we've got April up there, which is nice. Let's get rid of this keep looping down here. And let's hit refresh. I've made another mistake. Yeah, sucks. So after we do all of this, we need to essentially have the, we've got to have the next date equal the point date. Sorry, yeah, the point date equal the next date. So cycle up the variables. So that will be point date equal next date. So the next date will always be in the future. And up here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have this as end date up here. That is perfectly fine having it like that. In fact, that would probably... We could probably then get rid of that and move that out. Yes. We could definitely simplify a lot of this if I do that. Okay. So, let's hope this works. Localhost. Let's make sure we network disable our cache. We're going to our sprints and we're praying. Done. And as you see here, we've got this in here perfectly fine. This is sweet. So all I need to do is I need to get rid of that margin at the top. So what we want is margin at the top. We're getting rid of that. This will probably be the same. We need to copy this. We also need to go in here, go vbind style equals, and then we do something like this. We go width pixels, and that will be month dot width, and that's it. So that should be fine. It's this one that we need to put in all the... So this will be display flex. Flex direction is a row. Then we wait a couple of seconds. Presto. And these two separate. All right, sweet. Now, it's not... It's been cut off. Which is annoying. Okay. Not a problem. Because what I can do now is we've got the month, and I'm just going to go scrolling down here. Now, what have I done to make it only there. Let's actually have a look. No, it still overflows. Doesn't overflow all the way. Oh, all right. So it needs a +1 for the end date. And this is code I will definitely be cleaning up. I can see... so if it's on the end date, we +1. Okay, cool. And then what I want is up here. I want Gantt row month. So we'll find with the width, the background color. Let's go light blue. Let's go solid 1 pixel dim gray, or light sky blue. And let's go color black. Okay, and let's hit refresh. And there we go. There's our Gantt chart. And that's how we can do it with divs. So pretty exciting stuff. All right. I'm happy with that. It needs a lot of work. But once again, this is a draft. This is us getting this in, being like, all right, cool. What's our pain points and so forth like that? What do we need? What I would actually be doing is a lot of this information block down here and so forth like that. I will put that all, I'll probably name that as one sort of thing. And then within it have set that at a certain width. Yeah, I would have this definitely on a thing like this. Very much like the Kanban board functionality. So if we go into list all objects, scroll down into, let's say, a Kanban board, there's the ability to scroll in here and stuff like that. So I'll probably be doing the same thing in here too. You can lock the card positions and unlock them. So yeah, the idea being is it'll take up, very much like this, take up the whole entire screen where possible. All right, so. And then, yeah, that should be fine. That's looking good. That loop will need some optimization, but it's not a hard thing to do. I can think where there are improvements. At the moment, we're keeping it very, very simple. In the near future, we'll change all that. So, because we'll be using the Luxon packages, so I've got all the I've got all the tricks and stuff like that in there. All right, and we've got an ad starting soon. So just waiting for that to sort of happen. Okay. And then we've got to think about how we can get these moving. So the resizing of the div. Yeah. I don't know how that will happen. We'll look that up. That's our third sort of thing that we wanted to do. So if we go there it goes. So rendering out the Gantt chart, we've got that. We're happy. Making it dynamic. Making it dynamic shouldn't be too much harder from this point on, because what we'll actually have is... okay, cool. Ad breaks have started. I am just going to do a bit of Duolingo. Alright, cool. I am going to practice my characters. Alright, it's for bar.
Da.
Is that da or bar? Oh, it's that one.
B.
So B. That would be... Boo.
Z. Bu. Bear.
So bear.
Bear.
Boo. B. Bar would be that. Oh, no, sorry, that one. That would be bo. What is that letter? I forgot what that character is without the accents.
B. Yubi. N. Me. U. B. Haba.
I'm doing terribly today. Alright, welcome back. Yeah, I'm doing terribly. I'm just gonna end that lesson. Alright. So we got it all rendering out. So we'll probably be doing something similar. We'll make it look a lot nicer. We'll also have it so... I think we can get it so this will be... This whole thing will be one row. A header row. And then all of this... It will be render rows and so forth like that. So what I'm talking about is if we were to do it as components, we'll have render component, and then underneath it we'll have the Gantt header component, which will accept the start dates and end dates. And then there'll be a Gantt row render. Which this will be looped. So, yeah. Alright, so... And thank you very much, Long Live Chaos! And yes, I just read the last bit. Yeah, no. Cool. Alright. Yeah. Okay, sprint information, we've done that. All right, cool. So yeah, that's how we'll render it out. Now we want to do the resize sort of stuff. And yeah, this is what I've got to figure out. Certainly possible to do this without an extra div. Use CSF after class to create a border and change the cursor mouse to determine whether a process a click in the element. In example, you want to click on the main div, but 4 pixels you want to do that by. Yep. All right. Cool. So border size equals 4. Cons panel equals right panel. So we had this before where this was being moved around and stuff like that. So up here, let M pause. All right, cool. Resize E. Okay, const dx equals M position. All right, let's just resize. cool. Add listener, mouse down, function E, offset border size. Mouse move and false. Okay. So up, it just removes the event listener. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add an event on hold down for this, mouse down, and I'm just going to move the mouse around and see what data I can get. Once again, this is just temporary code. We'll figure it out properly at another date. Once I'm done, I can look at all this code and be like, all right, cool, this is how I'm going to lay out, this is what the code's going to be like, and so forth like that. Hopefully it isn't so messy. This isn't so messy though. Let's not lie. This isn't too bad. So we've got the row bar up here, and we've got the spacer. Now I'm not worried about the spacer at all. So what I want is vbind, von, and then it'll be not click, but mouse down equals mouse down $event. So I'm just going to go down here, and I'm going to go mouse down data console log mouse data equals data. All right, sweet. So from here, I just go over here. Go to our console. Okay. Type mouse down. All right, distinguish between a mouse click and drag. Moved equals false. All right, there's a mouse move. All right, there's got to be a better way. JavaScript, mouse, VueJS, mouse drag. All right, that's with something else. Yeah, that's with something else. So, oop. Let's have a look at this. So constructors, although this interface has a constructor, it is not possible to create a useful data transfer object from script since data transfer objects have a processing and security model that is coordinated by the browser during drag and drops. All right. And thank you very much, DJam Runner, for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. Okay. So mouse down just does the mouse down sort of things. What am I thinking of? Drag. And hello, Adrian Learns. Welcome, welcome. How's everyone going? So, yes. Welcome, everyone. And if everyone would love, you can use the exclamation point drop command followed by an emoji to actually drop. So, yeah. How's your stream, Adrian? Hopefully good. I am... Now, this is very draft at the moment. In fact, I tell you what, I'm going to go div style equals margin top. Let's go 50 pixels for this. All right. So I am drafting up a Gantt chart at the moment. We're doing it as a temporary sort of thing, being like, all right, what are going to be the pain points and so forth like that. So that way, when I do it properly, I'll know the pain points and how I would want to program it properly. So at the moment, this is what we've got. Our lovely sort of, we've got 2 dates, we've got a single row. We're just figuring out now how we can move this thing around. I was learning about hooks in React today. Ah, nice. I'm going to sit down and relearn React. I feel like every 6 months that I use it, I'm relearning it, and then they change something drastically, and everyone's like, you've got to use the new way of doing React. You're not allowed near the computer, Missy. Yeah, you're trying to raid someone else. Sorry, socks loves to cause technical issues. So, yeah. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, anyway, I'm using, for those who have joined, welcome, welcome, I'm Robotic Head. I'm working on NearBeach, which is an open source project management system built using Django for the backend and VueJS for the front end. So NearBeach can gather organizations, customers. It can gather user requirements and break them down into requirement items. You've got your own Kanban board functionality. You've got projects and tasks which you can create. And when you're all done and ready to deploy, you've got what's called requests for changes. So yeah. And today we're sort of starting off with the so the sprint information which we built into it. So this is a POC, so a proof of concept for the sprint information. And what we're doing it is we're fleshing it out, and we're like, we need a Gantt chart functionality in here. We'll also need a Kanban board functionality in here, but that will come at a later date. So yeah, so the user will jump into here and it'll be like, all right, cool. This person would need this. And then all these sort of, these particular tasks will appear down here. Start date and end dates and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, today we're just doing the POC for the Gantt chart. And yeah. I mean, it's looking okay. It's looking, it's fine. For something that I've thrown together without a design, I mean, this is as best as it's going to get. All right. We don't need that at the moment. We'll keep that open. So yeah, we're just researching how to drag. So in here, we've got add event, mouse down function, e offset, border size. Okay. Document add mouse up function, remove mouse move, resize false. All right, so when I click down, it adds a listener. Okay. Oops, sorry, bear with me on. Hopefully I didn't take anyone out with that yawn. I've been at this for just a bit over 3 hours. So I think my head is pretty much blown at the moment. Alright, I could cheat. I could really cheat. I could add in a flag with the mouse movement and so forth like that. Alright, so I'm going to cheat. And what I'm going to do... So I'm going to have mouse down as false by default. And then when someone goes mouse down, this dot mouse down equals true. We won't need the data. So I'm just finding this mouse down. Actually, we could probably just go mouse down equals true here. And then v on mouse up equals mouse down equals false. Then I can get rid of that, this here. And then I can go mouse move, data, console log, mouse move, data, and then just key through the data. And do that. Oh, I've got drag. Drag. All right, I'm going to delete. I'm going to leave. I'm going to see what that gives me first, and then I'm going to delete them. I'm curious. All right, let's bang this open. Let's go console. Let's delete all this, and let's go. All right, cool. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to go bang like this and go v on drag equals drag bar. And down here, we're going to have drag bar data and console log drag bar, and then just put in data. We're going to have a look at this. So, this might be a lot better. Hopefully, we've got a lot of information. For example, when I drag it, I want to see how far along the x-axis I am. So if I drag this, it's doing nothing. Now, where is it? Okay, let's look up Vue. Vue 3, v on drag. All right. All right. I just want. We need draggable true. All right. waiting a few seconds. We're going to hit refresh. There we go. All right, cool. So, if I drag it this way, really, I'm not getting much difference, am I? Okay, layer X, layer Y. Sorry, my partner's just texted me. All right. What I want is I want a delta from this position. So we've got the screen X, screen Y. There. What else do we have? Client X, client Y. Layer X, layer Y. All right. So, having a look at the screen X, screen Y. Screen X, 691, 691. They're the same. 691, 691. So they haven't really changed. So that is there. Alright, that's annoying. But what I can do... Where is my stuff? So I can start just doing this. So we've got the screen X. And then we'll have layer X, which I don't think changes. And then we have I think that's it. Oh, page X. All right, so we got those. Let's see what that data gives us. Sorry, just texting the partner. All right, gonna refresh. I'm gonna drag, and none of those change at all. All right, let's go back into here. So we've got E of X. I don't know if that will work. Yeah, that just gives out 0 to damn. let's see how this guy set this up. So div ID resize, right panel. All right, yeah, that guy's right. You just need to get the right panel. Okay, so essentially what we're doing is on mouse down, where offset X is less than the border size. And then we're doing mouse move. So on mouse move, we go to resize. So M position. M position equals EX. So that's the difference. Okay. Let's have a look at this. So we've got on draggable true, drag start, handle drag start. The other thing which we could potentially do is we use view draggable. So we have a Kanban board and we've got this and we can easily have this, but the problem is I can't extend that. Yeah, that's, I had a look at this today. I kind of said no to that. Okay. There's just no data coming through that I need where the current location is. View 3 drag v on drag current location. I mean, okay. Because yeah, we'll need to handle the drop. And that might be it. That might be just drag, drop. Drag v on drag end equals drag drop dollars event, and then the item itself. Actually, no, that's the item. Yeah, no, we don't need that. And then v on drag start equals drag start. We're just finding out what these events do and so forth like that. Yeah, that's drag start data, cool. And then console log drag start and data. And we're just on ads. So yeah, I am going to do a little bit more weight. Oh, my hair is looking bad. All right. So yeah, for those who don't know, during the ads, what I do is I do this so that people who are watching the ads don't really miss out on much. Yeah, just do a couple of random things, talk to people, answer questions, you know, fun stuff. Yeah, and at the moment I'm trying to get my strength back up. And as you can see, I'm getting judged by my cat's socks. Alright. I'm feeling the burn, let's just say that. Okay. Alright, welcome back everyone. Okay, I'm gonna put those there. Let's get back into it. Oh, look at that messy hair. Yeah. Whew. Okay. So we've got that. I think. Yeah. Let's have a look at how this acts. And we're just gonna go boop. So we've got a drag bar. And. Ooh. We've got some differences. All right. One other thing I want to do, view 3, drag a bool. All right. So 2 lists. Got that. Nested. All right, that's not what I kind of want or anything like that. I'm just seeing here what other people have done. The idea being is when I'm dragging this, if I move up or down or anything like that, it won't do anything. So if I go over to here, like this, and I pick this up, notice how it only moves in here. And that might be the functionality that I just do. So I don't have an onion skin, I just move this around, and when I let go, that's when it calculates everything. Don't you dare jump on my laptop, Missy. Yes. So yeah, that might be something I kind of look at doing. Is when I click on something, there's another element that appears to be rendered at that particular point. And it moves around. Yeah. I'll definitely have to think about this. The whole entire, this part of the JavaScript is going to be complicated as hell. And we're going to have errors and issues at the start of it. But once I get it done, then I should be able to implement something like that and that. Yes, sweetie. But you are walking around for no reason. Okay. You coming down? Alright, so going back here. if I refresh, because I just want to see this data, and I'm just going to go all the way over to here and let go of it. So we've got the client X as 985, and we've got the client X up here as 409. I think that's it. So, because we're only focusing on client X, we go over here. Let's tootle over onto this direction. So drag and drop. We've got client X. What we want to do is on start, record initial. Then on drop, record final. Then take the difference. And then put in pixels. And then add difference to the spacer. And we should all be happy. In reality, we shouldn't add it to the spacer, sorry. We should adjust the start date. Adjust the start date. From the pixel value. All right, so pixels divided by 35 round down or floor will have a date, and then we just snap it into that position. Oh, sorry, we've got the we've got the pixels, we've got the delta date. We then apply that delta date, and then we call it a good end of the date and stuff like that. All right, cool. So up here with the data, we'll have initial client X initial. It's going to be 0. Client X final, that's also going to be 0. So we don't need to worry about drag bar anymore. In fact, we need the drag drop and drag start. So the drag drop will do a lot of information. So this dot client X initial equals data dot client X. Set up the initial point of the move. And then here we've got this dot client X final equals data dot client X. So then what we need to do, Socks, can I have my mouse please? Thank you. Is we get the dates. And that will be let delta equal math.floor. Oh, it's lowercase floor. And it'll be in brackets this dot client X final minus this dot client x initial divided by 35 pixels. So we're happy with that. Then what we need is to times that by 24 hours times 60 minutes times 60 seconds times 1,000 milliseconds. All right. Apply to the start date. So this dot start date will now equal, actually, const start date equals this dot equals new date. This dot start date plus delta. Then this dot start date equals start date dot get time. So put everything back into ints. If everything's in ints, it'll help us drastically. So what we need to do is we need to go back into here. We're just going to hit refresh. We are then going to go up here and realize that, did I get rid of that drag bar? No, I didn't. I've got to get rid of it. So we've got the drag drop and drag start. So the drag start just initializes this. And that's fine. That's easy. And then this will do the rest. So I'm going to hit refresh. I'm going to move this. And then nothing happened. That might be because we need to redo all right, we need a couple of watches on a few things. Sucks. Socks wants treats. She's standing half in her bed. All right, let me figure this out. I know that should be working. We haven't got any errors or anything like that. I think I'm hard-coded in the 35 pixels down here. So let's just select this. Let's see, get row spacer. Oh yeah, we've hard-coded it. So what I want to do is I want to go into here. So we've got render bar, we've got the spacer. We just do this, we do this, we go vbind style equals, and then what we want to do is we want to go width is going to be a certain amount of pixels, and we go spacer width. Right, we don't have a spacer width. We're going to put that in right now. All right, and then this dot set spacer width. And this is a really good question. How am I going to do this? So we're saying on the 13th of April this starts. Sunday the 13th of April. Let's make this the 1st. And let's put that in. So let's do Gantt chart start date. Start date that, and then start date Gantt. And I'm just going to essentially do the 1st of April. So what I'm going to do, var a equals new date. Sorry, socks is in the way. 2024 04 01. A dot get time. Cool. And then I'm going to change that start date. I'm just going to go A equals new date 2024 04 04. A dot get time. And I'm just going to replace that. And then the idea is there'll be April, May. Let's go B equals new date 2024 07 08. B dot get time. Like so. I'm just over exaggerating the end date. Actually, undo that. I'm going to have... No, I'm going to have end date like that for the moment. That's fine. I'll figure this out properly. Once again, this is just a draft and so forth like that. What I do is I sit down, go, these are the pain points. I need these particular variables. Why do I need them? And I have to justify everything. And having this here helps me justify everything. Because once I get this started, it's going to take a lot of work. Okay, cool. So if I hit render, we've got the start date here. Now what we need to do is calculate the width. So I need to also go down here and go set a spacer in here. We're going to remove the spacer. That's not needed. Okay, so what we want to do is set spacer width. So once again, we'll need to get the data, the delta of the dates. I am just copying this. All right, and I'm just pasting it in. We're going to have a simple let delta equals that. So straight off the bat, we need this dot start date minus this dot start date Gantt. All right, and then all of that would be perfect. So that will give us a number, and then this dot spacer width equals delta times the 35 pixels. Done. So we set the spacer width at the start, and then after we move stuff around, we then this dot set spacer width again. So adjust the start date. Adjust the adjust the spacer width. Easy done. So we wait just a couple of seconds. We're going to hit reload, and we realize that this dot start dot get time is not a function. Yes. And I don't need to change it into a time because they're integers. Sorry. I'm overcomplicating things when I don't need to. Now we wait. There we go. So if I move this. Alright. So I move it to the 11th. Goes to the 16th. That's not ideal. I think I know what's going wrong with my time bar up there, but the drag and drop's kind of working. It's not quite there, but you know, we're getting there. All right, I think we need to generate the header properly because now we've got 2 dates in there. So the start date will be start date Gantt. And the end date should be end date Gantt, which we'll put in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. Actually, I'm going to yank that and do that. Do that. All right. And then with this, the start date, I'm going to copy this. Going to copy this. Sorry, I'm just going to go A equals and then paste that in. Then A plus. And then we're going to copy the start date. Plus another A. Plus. Okay, 2 times. All right. Yeah, or no. What the fuck is going on? Excusing my French, but holy hell, that was just, I don't know what bonkers was going on then. Alright, so we've got the start date and we've got an end date. We'll do the width in a minute. But what we need to do is we just got to get the moving done, and then I'm going to call it a night. So, yeah, I won't be long. So we've got the set space width. We want the generate the header. So generate the header. It should be based off this. It should be based off that. Then everything should go through while looping. Yep. All right. Cool. I've done something wrong. Okay, start date equals this start date Gantt. Start date Gantt should be earlier than the start date. And then we've got the start date end date, which should be super late. Yep. Then point equals start date, next date. We should be referring to local stuff there. Shouldn't be giving us 2 days. Yeah, I don't know why it's giving us 2 days. Oh, the header. It's this stuff up here. So for month in month array, yep, that's fine. For index in delta days. Yeah, it's the delta days. I've calculated the delta days. I've still got this. Yeah, yep. You're right, Nocturnal. Let's hit refresh. There we go. And thank you very much, Gizmo Pug Live. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. Okay, so when I move it though, it does render incorrectly like that, which is a bit of a bothersome, but just got here. Well, welcome. Yeah, we're drafting up a Gantt chart system. So this whole entire page at the moment is what's called proof of concept, or POC. So what I'm doing is I'm throwing together something very light and simple that is a proof of concept, but it gives me the ability to think what pain points will I have when I actually do this properly, and how I should actually do this properly. So yeah, it's giving me quite a lot of things which I've got to think about. We're getting our drag and drop ready to get stuff done. Are you somehow modifying the Gantt start and end date? So that is a good question. I don't think I am, but I'm also looking at the time. It is 10 o'clock. I should be going to bed soon because I've got to wake up at 6 in the morning. Let's have a look. So when I drag and drop, that's the final data. We should be update. That's probably it. If not, this is a thing I can figure out in a couple of days. Yeah, that's not it. Yeah, I've done something wrong. But oh well, we've got somewhere tonight. We're like, all right, cool, we got this out. What I need to do is split up everything and so forth like that. I wanted to watch Twitch for a few hours to avoid learning Python as my head is killing still from yesterday. Oh, fair enough. So yeah, I didn't do much Python tonight, but we will be doing a lot of Python when I start getting this started. So the idea being is Python will be the backend. So it handles all the stuff that goes to the database, and it does very basic template rendering for me. So C or C++ or JavaScript on Twitch. No, so there's a bunch of people who will be doing, there's a lot of JavaScript. I'm doing VueJS, which is built on top of JavaScript. There's a lot of people who do Rust. There's also other people who will do C#. There's other people who do other different languages, like there's Go, there's, I'm forgetting all of them, there's Fig. The Fig creator also streams, whatever his name is. I keep forgetting. Is it Fig? No, not Fig. What's the programming language I'm thinking of? I've absolutely forgotten. I've got a terrible memory sometimes. Zig. Yes, thank you, Zig. So yeah, there's someone, I do believe Andrew Kelly does stream every now and then. I've seen him before and so forth like that, but I'm probably going to call it there because I've got to wake up in less than 8 hours. Let's see who's streaming. Ooh, I've never been able to raid the Primogen, so I am going to raid the Primogen. So yeah, let's just raid him. But yes, thank you very much, Gizmo Pug Life.